Thank you, Chair Truitt. My name is Jennifer Allmon, and I'm here today on behalf of the Texas Catholic Conference. And I do think you'll need to change my witness forms to testifying on the other three bills. I only completed one on 410 for testimony. I'm here today to talk about the teachings of our faith as related to the issue. You've heard a lot of pastors and a lot of faith groups.
May I change your...
Yes, you have my permission to change it to testifying. You've heard from a lot of pastors and a lot of faith groups about the words of Scripture and about our tradition and about our services that we offer to clients in need. And the reason the Catholic bishops have chosen to take a position on payday lending this session, where we have not in previous sessions, is because of the level of the problem that has occurred in our communities over the last few years, the growth of the industry and the growth of the number of people coming to us seeking assistance. We have one primary problem with the law right now, and that's that the issue is that it's taking place under the Credit Repair Act when these organizations are not offering any credit repair services. And so we feel that the bills before you today, these four bills, are the only bills that have been introduced this session that effectively change that. We're hopeful that some of the other bills can be amended to do so, but in the meantime, these are the only four bills that we're able to support because they're the only bills that take care of that particular issue. And for us, that gets to the second key issue, and that's the high fees. And so these bills, again, address a rate cap and a fee cap, and that's critical for us. You've heard from many consumer advocates. You've heard stories from clients, so I don't need to repeat those things. But I think it's important that you hear a little bit more about the survey that we conducted that Kelly Rand from Catholic Charities shared with you. That's a very unusual thing in the history of the Texas Catholic Conference. We have not conducted a survey on any other issue among our Catholic charities statewide. But the number of clients affected really compelled us to take a look at what was going on at the root of the problem. And that's how we came to the conclusions that we've come to. What we found initially is that a family that came to us seeking $300 cash assistance for food and utilities often had an outstanding payday loan debt of $455. That was the average amount. When we asked them about their loan product and about what happened to them, not a single family told us they were seeking credit repair and ended up in a cycle of debt. They told us they needed a loan. They told us they needed to fix a particular problem, whatever it was in their financial situation. And they were generally very embarrassed to admit that they sought the loan to pay for an emergency and ended up in deeper financial stress because of the hole in their budget created by the excessive loan fees. Loan fees currently average 40 to 60% of a loan principal every month without any reduction in the principal owed. We are concerned that our charitable dollars are in fact funding the profits of payday lenders rather than helping the poor to achieve self-sufficiency. And you heard the number from Fort Worth. That's just one Catholic Charities agency across the state. We have 15 Catholic Charities agencies. This study was done in the last quarter of 2010, so it's very recent data, and we haven't yet had the opportunity to calculate statewide the impact in dollars. But given the numbers in Fort Worth and given the budgets of our other Catholic charities, we know that it's well over $1 million that the Catholic Church has spent in Texas helping families to recover from this problem. So when we speak to the issue, we speak, yes, from our moral perspective and our moral concerns, but also from our everyday experience with people in need and in the conversations we have. So while I represent the bishops, we also represent the clients and families we serve on a daily basis. These extreme fees that are charged, we see trapped families and vulnerable families in debt, and we feel it's time to end that cycle of debt, and these bills do the best job. I know there's been a lot of talk about the industry having to close up shop and be put out of business, and a lot of accusation that our groups want to do that. And I just want to be very clear. When the Catholic bishops want to put somebody out of business, we say so. Up front, we say abortion is intrinsically evil and must end. We say abolish the death penalty. We use strong language where we have strong feelings. We've not used anything like that language in talking about this issue. We have tried to be respectful. We have tried to be open to compromise. It's true that these four bills before you are our preferred method. We feel this is the most appropriate way to deal with the problem. That said, we're open to other ways, and we've been in conversation about the other bills, and we'll talk about those when they're up. But we want to be clear that it is not our intention to put them out of business, or we would say so fairly directly. In other states, the Catholic bishops have supported the 36% rate cap, but our bishops here chose not to go that route because of the needs in the community. And I think that's important, too. We view these four bills as a compromise from our original position, and I think that's an important part of the discussion that needs to be noted. So, at this time, I think our position is pretty clear. We've gone over it many times with your offices. the most important thing to us is that we close this loophole in order to end the high fees. And we think those two things must both be done in order to have effective, meaningful reform of the industry.